Who presents this woman in marriage?
I do.
Excellent. Everyone may be seated. Good evening. On behalf of Stephen and Stephanie and their families, I welcome each of you, and I thank you for your presence at this very special time in their lives. We are grateful for the paths traveled by both, which brings us all here today. Stephen and Stephanie stand here today because when you realize that you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. That as soon as possible for the two of them is today. We thank each of you for your attendance and supporting them here today. As their family and friends, each of you has played some part in bringing them to this new day, and in various ways will continue to contribute and support their relationship. We celebrate this unique time in their lives and we make it meaningful by entering into it with an attitude of respect for their deep love and commitment to each other. Stephen and Stephanie, there are no obligations on earth more sweet or tender than those you are about to assume. There are no vows more solemn than those you are about to make. There is no human institution more sacred than that of the home you are about to form. Marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth that no other human relationship can equal, a physical and emotional joining that is promised for a lifetime. Would you please hand your flowers over? And will you two please join hands together? Stephen and Stephanie, these are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours today on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe away the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will help you hold your family together as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a simple touch. Stephen, will you take Stephanie, whose hand you hold, choosing her alone to be your wedded wife? Will you live with her in the state of true matrimony? Will you love her, comfort her, honor her at all times, and be faithful to her?
I will.
Stephanie, will you take Stephen, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone to be your wedded husband? Will you live with him in the state of true matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor him at all times, and be faithful to him?
I will.
As you both take these preliminary vows, I would have you remember that to love is to enter a whole new world, a world of togetherness, a world of sharing all that is dearest and deep within your hearts. To love is to remember and keep alive forever all those unique qualities that drew you to one another. That first halting phrase, the thrill of discovery, and the wonderful feeling of oneness when your eyes met. And to always believe that all things are possible through faith and love. Ultimately, there comes a moment when a decision must be made. Ultimately, two people who love each other must ask themselves how much they hope for as their love grows and deepens, and how much risk they are willing to take. It is indeed a fearful gamble because it's the nature of love to create. A marriage itself is something which has to be created so that together we become a new creature. To marry is the biggest risk in human relations that a person can take. If we commit ourselves to one person for life, it is not, as many people think, a rejection of freedom. Rather, it demands the courage to move into all the risks of freedom and the risk of love, which is permanent, into that love which is not possession, but participation. It takes a lifetime to learn another person. When love is not possession, but participation, then it is part of that co-creation, which is our human calling, and which implies such risk that is often rejected. Louis D. Benares writes that love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether or not your roots are so entwined together that it's inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away, and this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two. Sooner or later, we begin to understand that love is more than just verses on Valentine's and romance in the movies. We begin to know that love is here and now, real and true, why it is the most important thing in our lives. For love is the creator of our favorite memories and the foundation of our fondest dreams. Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, and a seed that can flourish in even the most unlikely of places. And this radiance that never fades, this mysterious and magical joy, is the greatest treasure of all, one only known by those who love. Two people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength which they nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, we have a responsibility to them. By our steadfast care, love, and respect, we can support their marriage and the brand new family that they're beginning here today. Stephen and Stephanie, you will now exchange your vows. Stephen, will you please repeat after me? I, Stephen, take you, Stephanie, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, all the days of our lives. Stephanie, will you please repeat after me? I, Stephanie, take you, Stephen, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, all the days of our lives. Excellent. The ring is a symbol of the love that you have for each other. Its unending circle represents the eternal quality and purity of that love. As a constant reminder of this hour, and as a seal of the vows you've just taken, you will now give and receive your rings. Stephen, will you please place the ring on Stephanie's finger and repeat after me? With this ring, I thee wed. Let it ever be a symbol of our love. Stephanie, will you please place the ring on Stephen's finger and repeat after me? With this ring, I thee wed. Let it ever be a symbol of our love. Excellent. Join hands together. Stephen and Stephanie, you will now light the unity candle. As you are lighting the unity candle, you are symbolizing with two flames and lighting one flame the joining of your two separate lives into one life together. Would you please step forward to light the unity candle?
All right.
On this earth, there is a oneness, a rhythmic flow through everything that lives. The things with roots and stems and leaves, and the things with shells and fins and furs. The things with wings with which to fly, and the things that crawl, and those that walk. Each thing must eat and breathe and rest. Each thing must seek, and each is sought for. Each has a birth and a purpose to fulfill, to each an end and then a new beginning. May this be the beginning of a wonderful life for the two of you together. Now, you will feel no rain, for each of you will be a shelter to the other. Now each of you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no loneliness for you, for each of you will be a companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is one life before you. Go now to your dwelling place and enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. Inasmuch as you, Stephen, and you, Stephanie, have consented together in the union of matrimony, and you've pledged your love to each other here in the presence of this company, now by the authority vested in me as a minister, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Stephen, you may kiss your bride. By the authority committed unto me as a minister, I now declare that Stephen and Stephanie are husband and wife according to the law of the state of Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and pleasure that I now introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen and Stephanie Ball.
Little what?